Hello, guys. It's Shane Davis talking and drawing here with none of them beautiful, lovely, sometimes will make me a sandwich wife of mine, Yanzi Lynn. And
Hello.
today we have had confirmation Marvel Cinematic Universe. They have said going forward, chasing diversity dollars. Here we go. Yanzi brought this to my attention. A little bit of interesting news. Marvel going both feet in on this diversity. Going forward, let's talk about it.
Kevin Feige especially has pretty much confirmed that, yep, we want to embrace diversity. They have Marvel Studio Executive Vice President of Production, Victoria Alonso, talking about the secret to Marvel's continued success. The reason is because MCU's audience is global. I think that's just a nice way of saying China dollars.
Yeah. I've obviously Yanzi's from overseas. I've spent a lot of time overseas, and yes, they are correct. A lot of their money does come from overseas audience. What's interesting though is I don't think I don't think people are looking for their skin tone in Captain America when they're wearing a Captain America shirt. It just seems like they like the character, all the Marvel characters actually. And it's funny, when I was living in Singapore during the all new, all different Marvel, I would get a Singapore bus pass and it was the classic Marvel lineup. They really weren't, I'm talking comic book drawing artwork of, classic Daredevil, Captain America, classic Hulk. This diversity Marvel thing really isn't something that when you do spend time overseas that people are looking for exactly.
Well, let's see her exact words for this. She says, the reason we have that success consistently is because our audience is global. You cannot have a global audience and not somehow start to represent it. For us, it was really, really, really important to have that. Okay, so because your audience is global, you got to represent them. I think somehow there's a bit of a chicken and the egg thing here. The audience came to you because of what you were already making. They didn't come to you to say, oh, by the way, one representation. That is not how it worked.
Right.
But yeah, let's look at the rest of these statements because I find some of these statements quite problematic. For the longest time, we heard a women-led film would never open. I say, please check. Captain Marvel just made a lot of money. Then they also always told us that Black Panther was never going to open and that nobody wanted a completely black cast. And that made $1.3 billion. So you can look at it from the social point of view, the cultural point of view. Women-led film. Hello, did we somehow miss the 70s and the 80s? Alien, Terminator, women-led films don't open. People don't go into theaters to watch women-led films. Yeah, sure, why not? And now we talk about a completely black cast. This is a very narrow-minded. I'm looking from Hollywood's lenses point of view. You haven't done it in Hollywood, so you think, oh, an all-black cast has never been done before. We must celebrate it. And it's like, yeah, no, the rest of the world, we have all these stuff. I want to bring up a great example. 2019, winner of Best Oscars, Best Picture. What was that? Parasite, a Korean film. A lot of people were like, oh, wow, diversity won. Hollywood was all up in arms and they were joyous about it. They said, wow, an all-Asian cast movie won. And over in Asia, we're like, yeah, it's a Korean cast for a movie filmed in South Korea. It wasn't diversity. It was literally, we hired these actors off the streets kind of thing. When Korea made that movie, they didn't say, oh, we must have diversity. No, they said, we just want to make a great story. We have this cast, it's all Korean, South Koreans. You know what? It doesn't matter. Let's go tell the story. And Hollywood loved it. It wasn't some weird agenda thing. So when you say a completely black cast, or completely Hispanic cast, or complete Asian cast, like Crazy Rich Asian, it's not really a case of it hasn't been done before. It's just that it's been done. Maybe outside of Hollywood. So, yeah.
Been done, but for different reasons. And it was done because they were purposely making a solid, good movie. And chances are, if the movie was filmed and the location was in another country, hence Black Panther, the case, maybe the cast will reflect the native land it's being filmed in or the story takes place in. It doesn't take a genius there. But some interesting points here about diversity is people came to the Marvel Cinematic Universe or Marvel characters or Marvel comics because they are great characters. They are very diverse characters, diverse in character, diverse in story. The Hulk, gets angry, turns into the Hulk. Captain America throws a shield. Iron Man wears a robot suit. These are very diverse superheroes. Technically, Thor, a god, a Norse god, very diverse. They're not your, standard DC type.
Boo, they're all white. Boo.
Well, okay, so there's that, and I get that, and that is a concern, and the creators at the time recognized that. Even that's again why Jack Kirby and Stan Lee created, characters like Falcon and Black Panther. These characters were developed for those same reasons. They did realize at the time they did need other characters that represented other skin tones, but still the actual character itself was very important, not just the color of skin of the character or the sex of the character or any of these things. We want to talk a little bit about some other stuff where you can tell these people don't like comics, period. And, it was only a matter of time before they were going to start telling comics how to make things. Hollywood, they came to Frank Miller, quote, I've heard him say, Hollywood came to comics because they didn't have ideas. Okay, this is coming from Frank Miller. So it was only a matter of time before Hollywood would be like, let me tell you how superheroes should be done. And this is what we're seeing today.
WandaVision writer Jack Schaffner reveals Marvel's feminist agenda. So Jack Schaffner was the one that was leading the storylines for WandaVision. I guess maybe because, she could write the whole weird sitcom angle thing that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what her qualifications are. She says, I'm not a very good comic reader. I have a hard time digesting the storylines, and I never know which cell to look at. And I don't know. I'm a disappointment, perhaps, to the fandom in that way. Yeah, you are actually. You count that as cell.
First, yes, it's called a panel. And if you don't know how to read a comic book page, and chances are somebody sat down, drew a page, 12 hours a page, and you still can't read. It's very simple. It's left to right, up to down. You see an image, and then you read the word balloon. I don't understand. Why would Marvel Comics, Marvel Cinematic Universe, whoever, hire a person that can't even read a comic book panel? I don't think this person means what they're saying. I actually think this is just bait to get somebody like me to snap on YouTube. But I do promise you, this person disrespects the art of comics, period. If they disrespect the art of comics, it's a hop, skip, and a jump. They disrespect the character. If they disrespect the character, they disrespect the fans. It's all linked together, okay? So I hate to say they spent really good money for somebody who can't read a comic. Now, I don't think they can't read a comic. I think they don't want to read a comic, and the excuse to not have to read the source material and do whatever the elf you want with the characters and the storyline is just to say, I just don't like reading comics. They don't make sense to me. I'm outside the spectrum. You need new blood into this. You need some spice in this MC universe. You want somebody who can't read a comic. And this is probably her pitch to sell herself to get this job to begin with. And you will probably see tons of this, as we saw with the Eternals trailer. We're going to see more and more attitude like this, where it's like, yeah, that comic stuff, we need something new, something fresh. We're so past Steve Rogers right now. We're looking forward, man. You're an hour behind if you're still thinking about Steve Rogers, Captain America. We got to be more progressive. Diversity sells. Don't you see? Everybody's doing it. Oh, and across town, DC Comics, they're doing Black Superman. We gotta, whatever. And this whole diversity angle drives me crazy for one reason. I had this conversation with Yanzi. There's something super metaphorically insulting about it. Okay. And it's kind of like hunting. Okay, hunters take duck hunters, right? They go and they deploy duck decoys to lure other ducks to shoot those ducks. And when they say, we got to be diverse and people want to see themselves in it, it's like, so this is a decoy to grab the person, the whatever that you're looking for. If you're looking for an Asian man's dollar, you put an Asian man there. If you're looking for a Black woman's dollar, you put a Black woman in. And then you hope you lure them in to give them your money. And it's that there's something disingenuous here.
Shane isn't talking about his ass here. There is literally a quote for Alonso saying that it's really exactly their plan. From a fiscal point of view, i.e., cha-ching, cha-ching, you are leaving money on the table by not representing. I think 15% of our audience is female, 28% of our audience is Hispanic. If we don't represent the people that watch what we make, eventually they'll go somewhere else because someone else will figure it out, i.e., they'll take their money away. So let me get this straight. You want to represent these people only because they have the dollars. You don't want to represent them because you sincerely think, oh, we should have more Asian voices in cinema. Oh, we should have more female voices in cinema. No, we need their money. We're leaving dollars on the table.
And at the same time, you're hypothetically insulting your hypothetical customer because you're saying they can't see past their own reflection. And this is super, super insulting. Chances are, if I'm sitting down for 2 hours and I want to see a protagonist that has problems I'll never have, adventures I'll never have, and see outside of my own spectrum. Okay. I'm not looking for my own. I'm a 40-something-year-old male. I'm not looking to watch a movie about a 40-something-year-old male that's married to an Asian wife who won't make him a sandwich. I live it every day. I don't need to pay money to watch that.
Let me give an example too for myself. I mean, I am Chinese. I live in Singapore, and across where I live, there's a martial arts school. Every damn day they're practicing martial arts. Little kids, grown up, old people. So you want to sell me Shang-Chi and say, look at it, look at all this wonderful representation. I say, nah, dude, I got it in my own backyard. Thanks very much anyway.
Right. And that's the pandering that nobody talks about with all this corporate speak. And chances are, if you look at the people saying this stuff, they're not really good figureheads. They're not really good people to follow down this road. And it's funny. I want to bring this up really quick to end on. This isn't an experiment to have. It's already happened. You've already ran this experiment on Marvel Comics. You did this with the all new, all different, where we had an Asian American Hulk, we had a black Captain America, a woman Thor, a little black girl as Iron Man. That was the whole thing, was to shuffle the deck with all new characters, and you're going to buy it. I don't know. They did it all at once, too. It wasn't one at a time. They took these risks. They did it as a whole reboot. Now, Marvel Comics, let's read into this. What was the outcome of that experiment?
Well, when they decided that they would launch this whole all different because of the Secret Wars thing, rather than acting as a jumping on point for new readers, all different Marvel now appears to act as a jumping off point, especially where there was a title change that would result in books disappearing from a customer's pull list.
Right.
For this 24 series, they created a moment where many readers had to affirmatively decide to continue reading or drop the title. And many apparently chose the latter. I mean, it's easy to say, I'm going to drop a title because Thor is not Thor anymore. It is, Jane Foster. It's like, okay, I'm a Thor fan. You know what? I got to save a bit of cash anyways. I'll wait till Thor comes back,
So basically what Marvel's getting ready to do with the Marvel Cinematic Universe is a flip of a coin. Are people going to turn up? Are people going to jump off? Again, their whole strategy is they'll see themselves in this character and then they'll want to give us their money. You're assuming that they don't want, the reasons this will fail is you're assuming they, one, haven't already been giving you their money. You're assuming that, this black woman over here hasn't been staring at Chris Evans' butt the whole time.
Oh my.
Okay. Yeah. So you just took that away from her. So, and then your other assumption is you're going to find new demographic, new customers. That is still very dumb. Why? Because you have like a 15-something movie library that's a new customer has to catch up with just to watch your one new movie. This is a dumb strategy, and nothing good is going to come from it. I mark my words on this. Nothing good will come of this. But anyway, something that is good and is happening right now, live, Starlight Cats is moving up to $115,000. We're a few pages away from being done. We will be shutting this campaign down probably in a few weeks. But this week we are taking down the t-shirts and lunchboxes. So if you're curious about those, go on over, check it out. Also, if you will, look down below, bam, you want to hit that button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a like, leave me a comment, share the video. It helps us out tremendously, and we will catch you guys again with another video.